Welcome to the Perfect Place to Put a Practice podcast. I'm your host, Mike Green from Dr. Demographics. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting the podcast through now over 300 episodes. We certainly could not have done it without you, and we appreciate all of the great feedback and topic ideas and questions and all the other great things that so many of you send in. Now, if you do have a topic idea, if you're want to look at a certain area or want us to comment on a certain region of the country, when it comes to finding the perfect place to put your practice, just email me at mike@drdemographics.com. Happy to start a conversation with you and see what we can figure out. Now, those of you in the dental world, if you have not listened for a while, I just want to remind you of our book that's on Amazon right now, Dental Marketing Mastery. Very important and will be very relevant for today's topic as well. You can get both the soft cover and the Kindle versions on Amazon. It's a great price, and it's packed full of things that you can implement into your practice right now. All right, so let's dive into today's topic. So because you want to have a packed schedule this summer, of course, you need to stop guessing and start using the data that you already have. Now, I am talking specifically about taking the demographic and the psychographic data that you received in the report that you got from Dr. Demographics and turning it into a marketing campaign that actually brings in patients through the summer months, which for many of you, we're told are very, very difficult months. So June, July, and August specifically, lots of families go on vacation, lots of families take time off, and we often have practices say that they see the summer slump happen in their practice, but not you. My heavens, not you, because you are going to understand demographic data, you are going to understand psychographics, and you are going to have some specific marketing plans tailored to capitalizing in the summer this year. So most practices that I talk to have a report sitting on their desk or in their inbox, but they're just not using it to the full capability. They might be running the same generic Facebook ads or mailers that they've always run and wonder why the phone is not ringing. So today, I'm going to show you how to flip that script and get those phones going and get you ready for summer. So first, a quick refresher. Demographic data is the who. So the age, the income, the family size, home ownership, education level, the hard numbers about where people live within your practice radius, specifically the 5, 10, and 15-minute drive time of your practice, which typically is the most relevant data. And the psychographic data is the why, their values, their lifestyle, their attitudes, their hobbies, what keeps them up at night, what gets them excited. Dr. Demographics combines both of those into a powerful report. So you're not just marketing to a zip code, but you're marketing to real human beings who live there and who have different needs than other areas in the country. That is why these reports are so doggone important, because they give you that kind of data that can help move you on your way. So this is why it matters. So summer's short, families travel, kids are out of school, people are thinking about vacation, sports, looking good in photos. If your messaging is not speaking directly to those realities, you're invisible. So let's use your data. Let's make you the obvious choice, and let's get you moving in the right direction. So I've got 4 steps that I want to talk about today of how you can use that data to help build the type of marketing and practice that you want. So step 1 is to identify your summer patient segment. So open up your Dr. Demographic report, look at the top 3 or 4 demographic groups in your particular area. So for example, one of our recent clients in a suburban market discovered that they had a huge cluster of family with kids in the 6 to 14 age group, and they had a household median income between $75,000 and $125,000. That's probably pretty relevant for a lot of you. Another client in a coastal town had a spike of active retirees, plus a whole bunch of young professionals who love outdoor activities. Now, when you layer on the psychographics, those suburban families in the first example value convenience, they value trust, They want a very no drama experience. Whereas those coastal families, those coastal groups, they care about wellness, appearance, work-life balance, their dating life, all of those things. And so those things become really relevant, but they're very different from each other. And so identifying who those summer patients are going to be for your area is always going to be step number one. Step number two, build your summer offer around what they actually want. So use that data to create one really irresistible offer per segment. So for a family cluster, it could be beat the back to school rush, free summer cleaning if you're a dentist, $50 towards sport mouth guards for kids, those kind of things. Parents are already going to be thinking about school activities, school physicals, sports physicals. And so you're solving a pain point before they get to the rush. So in the second example, for the active retirees and young professionals, maybe a campaign that's get your summer smile ready, 20% off professional whitening, free take home kit. That kind of thing always works really well for that summer crew. They want to look good for vacation photos. They want to be looking good on the beach you got to get it for the gram, that kind of thing. Psychographics told us that appearance and confidence matter to them. And so that should be a great indicator for you of which direction your marketing should go. So always remember the simple rule. Your offer must feel custom made for them. It can't feel generic like a quote unquote new patient special. They've seen that 1,000 times. It's got to be tailored to who they are and what they care about at that time. So step 3 is to craft a message that speaks their language and you got to pick the right channels. So take the exact language from the psychographic section of your report. Families respond to words like peace of mind, easy, family friendly, no surprises, those kind of things. The active crowd responds to confident, healthy lifestyle, quick results. Those buzzwords are always going to perk their ears up and get their attention. So you're going to get a second look and a few seconds longer looking on your ad in order for them to choose you over the next guy. So then you want to match the channel with your data. So if your report shows high Facebook usage in your target range or target age group, run short video ads there. If you have a younger professional segment, Instagram, TikTok, short form videos are an absolute win. For retirees, Google search ads and direct mail still crush it in many parts of the country. Your Dr. Demographic report will even show the behavior and trends so you're not guessing, especially if you got a marketing report. It's going to give you some really good insight on those particular channels. So step 4, and so important and is often almost every time not done very well, frankly, but is that really the answer to success, is tracking it, measuring it, and then doubling down. So set up a really simple tracking, a unique phone number, a landing page URL for every campaign. At the end of every week, ask which segment is responding the best, which message is converting, which channel is the cheapest, and then shift your budget to whatever is working. Most practices follow this, they see a 15 to 25% lift in new patients during the summer months compared to the generic marketing they're running. And it just makes sense, right? Now, I know that you get busy and your staff gets busy and no one ends up looking at the analytics, and that is where you're actually going to be able to double down, and your acquisition cost is going to go down so significantly, and your more valuable patients that match your practice are going to flood into your office. But if you don't have that piece, or your marketing company is not watching it very close, man, you're just throwing money out the door. So let me give you a real quick real world example. So a vet client that we have in Texas used their report, and they discovered a large segment of young families with dogs who travel a ton in the summer. So the psychographics showed that they were worried about pet health before vacation. So the vet created a real simple summer travel wellness package with a discounted exam, vaccines, and a travel checklist. They ran that as a targeted Facebook ad to that exact demographic only. What was the result? Their appointment book was full for 3 weeks in a row, and they added dozens of new clients who stayed loyal after the summer season because they felt like that practice got them and understood what they wanted to do. So for you optometrists out there, another quick example, one client that we had found a spike in families with school-age kids and high school age kids that had a really high screen time. And so they offered a back-to-school vision package, and it had a digital eye strain assessment and a free pair of kids' sunglasses. They killed it on that campaign because they understood who it was that they were talking to, and they understood the concerns of those parents. So dentists, same playbook, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter what type of practice you are. Understanding those demographics and psychographics will make you win. One dental practice that was in a real strong growing family market used a report to target households with kids under 12 years old and created a summer smile guarantee campaign. Cleaning, sealants, whitening, touch-ups, those kind of things. They used the psychographic insights to write emails, social posts that felt warm, helpful, instead of real salesy. Their new patient numbers in June of last year alone beat the previous year by 42%. Man, what would a 42% increase in your month-over-month revenue do for your practice? And here's the thing: you don't need a huge budget. You don't need to bury yourself in costs. What you do need to have a better approach when it comes to your data and using that to move towards where you need to be. So here's your quick action list for this week. Number one is pull out your latest doctor demographic report. And if it's been more than a year since you've ordered one, I recommend getting a fresh one. Just go over to drdemographics.com. We'll give you all the updated numbers for your practice area. Second thing is highlight your top 3 summer segments that you're going to have in your practice area. Third thing is to brainstorm one offer per segment that solves a real seasonal problem. Again, do you have families with kids, or do you have retirees, or do you have young professionals that are single and want the nightlife? Who is it that you have in your area, and what is the offer that's going to speak to that segment? Number 4 is to write 3 pieces of content. So a social post, email, do a short video using the exact words that your psychographic segment suggests. And number 5 is to run a couple of small test campaigns over the next week, and then good golly, track those results, because that's going to tell you exactly what you need to do to have what I call your absolute best summer ever. So if you want help turning your report into a complete campaign with ads, emails, scripts, and the whole thing, just reach out. We've got a lot of great resources that we can help you with. Obviously, our team at Dr. Demographics specializes in data and psychographics and using that to really make you shine when it comes to competing in your market area, because you've got more of the data. Thanks again so much for supporting us and tuning in. We will have some new episodes soon. We've got exciting things to talk about with Apex AI and the SEO that we're doing and the AEO that we're doing, utilizing your demographic data to make you really, really shine online. So stay tuned for that. And with that, I will leave you there. I'm Mike Green with Dr. Demographics. Until next time, keep using that data, keep growing, and we'll see you on the next episode.